Welcome back everybody to another chess video. I probably hope you've seen some of my shorts in the last weeks. I found it a little bit easier to make them instead of these videos, mainly because I'm not that good in analyzing my own games yet. So yeah, we're just making shorts a little bit more often than making these videos, because these videos take a little bit more time to actually make. The shorts are a little bit easier to make, and analyzing for me is quite hard, but I still want to take you through my thought process, and it's also quite useful for me because I'm actually speaking out loud, so there might be some silences in this video where I'm actually thinking and trying to analyze my own game, because that's the main reason, not the main reason I like making content, but I also force myself to think out loud to actually think about what I'm doing in these games. As you can see, it's also been a little while since I played this game, because I'm almost 600 ELO now, and this is 487, and I go up like 8, 9, 10 points per game that I win, and I also lose some, of course. So this has been a little while, so I didn't watch the game back beforehand, so some of these moves are also surprised me as well. But I think that's good, because I want to look at this game objectively to see if I can learn anything from it. And again, if you have any tips for me, share them in the comments, because I can really use them. Sometimes I feel like I'm actually doing these, and in the other game I'm throwing away pieces for no reason. But yeah, let's dive into this game. Hopefully you like the shorts that were on YouTube already, and hopefully you will like this video as well. So leave a like, leave a comment if you enjoy it. Again, like I said, we are playing black a lot. Like in all the shorts you've seen, I think 90% of them are playing with black. I checked the settings, I'm on random, but chess.com keeps giving me the black pieces, so I'm happy I learned the Caro-Kann defense, because that's also what we're going to play here, of course. I don't know what his opening is, like he's moving the outside pawns. Usually you have to fight for the center, I thought, but he's putting out his G and B pawns. Fine. Gives me the opportunity to actually play the Caro-Kann. I push up the bishop, and I tend to like to trade the bishop for the lights on the light squares, because I feel like, I don't know if this is correct, please correct me if I'm wrong, my pieces are all on white squares, light squares at least, so he can threaten my pieces, but I can also defend it, but I can't really move through it, so my bishop can get trapped relatively quickly, I think. So I trade it off. I don't know if that's a good move, but there's just a piece of the board. I'm happy with it. He's having double pawns over here, so yeah, I'm completely fine with that. I move up my bishop. I don't really know why I moved it over there, but there are multiple positions I could have done. The evaluation bar doesn't go up or down, so it's a okay move, I guess. It's not hurting me, but it's also not creating much. I moved up my bishop because I wanted to get some development in. He pushes up his pawn. It's a very courageous pawn, a very, very courageous pawn, because it's defended by nothing, and it can just be taken by this bishop, which I do. He pushes up his queen, which I try to defend with my knight. He pushes up his knight, and I don't really know why I pushed up my queen over here. I think this might have been a better move. If I wanted to move the queen, I think that might have been a better move, because it's also threatening the knight as well. And if he doesn't take, then, or move it, I can just take, and it's also a threat on the rook, I think. But we didn't do it. We played this move, again, not hurting me, not creating much. But it's also an extra defender for this bishop, which it didn't really need, but we have an extra defender. He pushes up his pawn. I castled. He takes. I take back. He pushes up his rook. And this is tricky for me, because I usually forget about this line. I see it. I think, sure, his knight is in the way. I have to take into account that if he moves it, I have to move my queen. I usually don't. And I think they call it a discovered attack. It's very discovered for me. Like, I don't see it. even if it's like in a straight line like this. I see it when it's like the move is being done, but I don't see it further on in the game and someone moves a piece, and it gets confusing for me. But I saw it. I saw this line. I saw it. So what I tried to do, I moved my knight out of the way, threatening this, because if he takes, I can take, and that's just a material win for me. In the other way around, if he doesn't move it, I can take, and he can't take. Oh, that's what I just said. On the contrary, if he decides to take, I can take this, right? So that seemed logical to me, but he just defended this one with a pawn, apparently, which is also fine, I think. So I really wanted to get this knight out of the way because I thought there would be there was potential threat here. So I needed to fight for these squares, I think. There was something going on here. I don't really know what was going on, but it felt like this was the place to go. And he also thought that he needed an extra defender for his knight, which of course is brilliant, but not if you hang your queen, dude. So I take it. Luckily, I actually saw it, because there are also some situations where I don't see someone hanging a piece, but in this case I did, so I'm really happy with that. Guy's happy with taking a queen for almost free. That's sad and pathetic. He takes back with the pawn. Still, I want to get rid of this knight. He pushes it onto g4. I push it again. He puts it back to the square where he came from. I don't think he could have gone to a lot of other places where he wouldn't be taken immediately. And this was the only pawn that was defending it. So I thought that if he takes, or if I can take, then maybe he could have taken as well. Didn't really change much, but it would have opened up this foul. So I could take, he can't take because I can take. And if my bishop was here, my bishop also could have been threatening that. So I think this was an okay move, right? So it opened up some fouls. He eventually decides to moves the knight again. So he's losing a lot of time to actually develop some pieces. I take it, he takes it, and now finally this line opens up, right? This line opened up. And not only do I see that the line is opening up, I also see that this is defending it. So what do? I do not blunder. I learned, and I do not blunder. That's a good sign. And I'm also directly attacking this pawn, which he doesn't defend. So that's also very helpful, to be honest. So we take the pawn because, like I said in a short, if you get any presents, you have to unwrap them. And because I'm also giving a lot of presents away, so you have to be opening up those that you're given. And this is a good move. I think this is probably one of the better moves he could have played, because if he didn't do anything about this situation here, because there are 5 pieces open and no one is defending each other. Like this knight is defending this, but beside that, no one is defending anyone over there. So if he didn't do this, I could have taken, and I saw this just now. I saw this, like this is a triple fork, a trident, but there's actually a quadruple fork, which is kind of insane. And I think with moving it here, he at least defends this. He also prevents this from happening. So I can't really do all that much. I can take this, but I chose to push the pawn to here because this is defended by this, and this. And my pieces are on his side of the board. Like his important pieces are all here, like not doing much and not threatening my king in any way, shape, or form. My pieces are in the middle of the board, and I have the feeling that I could threaten him here. So I push the pawn. I see that this is obviously attacking it, but like I said, I had 3 defenders from here, 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 and here. So he moves away again the knight. I think he moved that knight 6 times in the last 10 moves, which is kind of crazy. But I take the pawn, which also opens this line and this line, and this is still defended by the bishop. He decides to defend with the rook. I don't think that's the right move because you're closing down your queen even more. So yeah, I don't really know what his best move would have been. I think he's already quite in a bad position, but I don't think that is helping him in any way, shape, or form. I take the pawn because he can take, of course, but I can also take, and he can't take because this is also still looking at that square. So he pushes up his queen, and there's a mate in 2 now. I didn't really make use of it because I think the mate in 2 is this, maybe. Then he goes here. Something like that, at least. There was a mate in 2. But I moved the rook up, or like to, not up, but to the e-file. He pushed up his knight. I took it. I don't really think that's the right move. I didn't really see this, to be honest. So he takes, but I take back a piece with the bishop. I know that I can take this, of course. He knows that as well, but he also forgets that I can just move the queen. So I do that, and I take his, a knight. And what I also find very interesting, and I see this a lot of times in my games, I have like 5 minutes left, and at this point in the game, I think having 5 minutes left is perfectly fine. It's a 50-minute game. You get 10 seconds every time you made a move. This guy still has 10 minutes left, right? So he played 28 moves or something like that. 28 moves until now. So he gained also 280 seconds, which is like 4.5 minutes. He's playing like he's playing so rushed. Why don't you play a speed game, right? Like 3 minutes or something like that. He would have done great in that because his moves aren't that half, like they are not great, but they can be better if he just, or she, I don't know, can just take a little bit more time. I take his knight. He pushes down his rook, and I found the checkmate. So I think this game was quite okay. I was relatively happy with this game. I also think I had a like 80% accuracy rate. So I was relatively happy with this game. So yeah, let me know what you thought of this game. Let me know if you have some tips or some things I need to work on, because like I said, I'm analyzing it with the knowledge that I have. And I don't know what I don't know. So there are a lot of things that I need to learn, but I don't really specifically know where to look out for in analyzing my own games. So definitely let me know in the comments if you have any tips or any videos that I can check out to improve on it. Would love to hear from you guys. And thank you for watching.